All right, if you have an Armadillo hardtop and you want Sirius XM like I do, then I'm going to show you how to install a Sirius XM antenna on the top here. I have been working with them to try to figure this out, and they just gave me the solution, so I'm going to walk you through how to do it. You can just ask them to if they can do this at the shop when you're installing it. It's a lot easier. However, the OEM location right back here doesn't work with the aluminum roof. GPS still works for some reason, but the Sirius XM must be on a different frequency band or something, so it doesn't get through the top. So I'm going to show you how to install the antenna right now. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is just unscrew these two bolts here. Sweet, now that I've done that, I'm going to put this jig that they sent me over the holes here and then screw the bolts back in. All right, now that that's in, I'm going to use this hole here to drill a pilot hole. All right, I'm starting off with a 3/32 drill bit, and I'm just going to use this hole here to start that off. All right, now that I have drilled a hole in my perfectly nice aluminum hardtop, I'm going to move it up to a 1/8 inch drill bit now and very carefully make that hole slightly. All right, now that I stepped that up a little bit, I'm going to use a step drill to do the rest of it. I'm going to go up to 3/4 here and then stop there. Awesome, and now I made a mildly terrifyingly sized hole in the back of my top. So I'm going to very carefully brush this stuff away so it doesn't go down there, and then I'm going to put in the antenna. And now I'm going to drop the antenna in that hole. I'm going to cut this little green thing off since I don't need that. I think that's where it plugs in on the OEM side, but we're just going to screw it down to the top, so I don't need that. So the next thing I did is I took an X-Acto knife and just cut out the liner to make it big enough. I know it's kind of crude, doesn't look great, but I don't think anybody's going to see it anyway, so I didn't really care. What I wouldn't do is try to fashion up some sort of like medieval device. Sweet, now I'm just going to put the antenna in the hole I just made. In order to make sure the little bracket here is spaced out, I'm going to put pliers in here and just push out on the prongs to make sure they catch in the aluminum here and they don't just slip up. All right, then I just put the antenna through the top, and I had help there. I had my wife hold the antenna while I got the bracket in here and then push the bolt through, and then just had her line it up while I tightened it. All right, so to wrap this up, I cut the wire loom back a little bit and freed the XM connector, and I'll show you on the other side here, so they could run it to the other side and then connect it to the roof. So now it goes through here and then through this hole here, which I did drill out a little bit, and then connected it to the XM, and it does work. So I wanted to keep all the factory components. You can also get an extension and run it over the top and then down into the trim, or you can just drill out this hole, connect it, and you do have to make a spot here for that to run into. All right, there you have it. I'm gonna put this trim piece back up. Should connect into there, and then connect the light back in, and then we'll see if it works. All right, so now you can see the wire goes through the roof into the trim and then connects.